Hi, my name is Shane, and welcome back to Post-Trauma Part 5. And quite possibly the finale. Okay. So, I gotta figure out where I am here. Yeah, I don't want to use the shotgun right now. Oh, sorry, my fucking mouse is in the way. Whoa! Whoa, buddy! Whoa, buddy!
Hey!
Oh! Okay. Okay, can we just get rid of this guy? I need to get around him because I cannot see where I'm going here. Come on. Come on. Keep at me. Got it. Okay. You done? You old bitch. You're the one who was making all that noise before. Wait, what's it? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm grumpy. I just did a live stream for music, and I was not playing well. I need to rehearse and practice more. So I rehearse the hell out of songs when I record them. And then when I'm done, they're gone. Like, I don't keep them in my memory bank, which is my own thing. Bad quality. But I just never commit them to memory. Don't... That guy's not getting back up, is he? Oh. Interesting. Where's my phone? I might have to keep some notes. So, nah, I'm not going to talk about it right now. We'll talk about it when we finish this game. Notes. Nope. This was the notes I was using for the game. E023. I'll have to go back and get the other one. Oh. Whoa.
Oh.
Yep. What? All right. Come on. Okay. West 32401. That seems bigger. Is there anything else in this room? No. Okay. I need to get the south one again. This mural should probably guess its origin in seconds. Okay. North. 02? 021. I hear something, though. What am I hearing? What the fuck am I hearing? I mean, I don't want to be blindsided by whatever the fuck that is, but at the same time, I don't want to go talk to it. Oh, some bullets. Wow, okay. Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Oh. So I guess there is only 3. Wait, what the fuck? ETH023. How the... What? Alright, before I bother with this, let's, one, check quickly down here. What the hell? Oh, no, that's this asshole. Do I need to go down here? Come on, baby. Weird, creepy baby. No, fuck! Did he hit me? Oh, he's dead. Yeah. Die. Okay. Okay. Inevitably, I'm assuming we have to come down to this. Could you shut up? Okay. God. All right. So, the only one that I'm unclear about is the, well, no, the whole puzzle I'm kind of unclear. Because I have the numbers. I might have to spend a minute with that. No, it's the other way. Okay. Not that door. Not that door. Oh my god. Sorry. Okay. South 310. Okay, we're gonna also do a quick save. I don't care about this one anymore. And it looks like I only needed 3 of those thingamabobs. Alright. This is gonna be interesting, I think. God, buddy, you need to do a couple of days of cardio. It wasn't doing this before. Okay. 023. 310. I genuinely don't know. West 3241. So does it go... Does it mean 4 down or south? I'm not 100% sure. West. Because, like, West was 32401. But there's only 3 here. Okay, I'm gonna take a minute to look at this. I don't want it to be like dragging on like some of the other puzzles I've done in this game, so we're gonna go to it when I've got the solution. So, 2 seconds. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so the numbers are the coordinates on it. So the 2 for the north would have been west, 2. That was a lot of time. Like, I'm pretty sure this would have been a lot longer video. Because I literally just kept going over it and over it and over it. Okay. You know what? Before I go down here, I just want to save because I don't want to have to do that again. Because most likely I'm going to forget where those positions are. I should have taken a picture of it. Don't worry, when we give our review of this game, I got a specific thing in mind that I am going to... Although that is also something I'm going to talk about, but I've got a couple of things in mind. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't got the gun with me, so I don't really see the point in having it with me. Wait, why do I have another tape? I played all the tapes, so that's weird. Anyways, that guy's not getting back up. Not gonna chase me. I could have just walked around the area with him in play, but sometimes in games I'm just like, I don't want this guy chasing me. I don't want that. I hate being chased in video games. I get the appeal, and I understand why it's utilized, because it's terrifying. But from my perspective, I'm just like, ah. I like when the sections end. Like Resident Evil 2 scared the shit out of me with Mr. X following me around. But I remember thinking, like, I want this to end because I want to experience this. Oh.
I'm sorry, but I have to speak with you.
You need not apologize. Not to me, new one.
Who are you? Are you the king?
I was younger brother to he who holds up the world himself. One of 10 regents in a forgotten kingdom of the drowned. A lord of folly. But that was 10,000 years ago. Here I am. And nothing more.
何ってな?
You want to move on from this place.
I do.
And you have seen the passage. The final exit.
Yes. Yes, I have.
2 are required to cross the door. And you go unburdened. Or you do not go at all. Do you understand?
I don't think... I don't know.
We each have a chain that binds us here. And you cannot lift it alone. If you can see yourself forgiven in someone else's eyes, then you may pass beyond this place.
Will you come with us?
No, my chain is too great. This place, it exists because of my hubris. There can be no forgiveness for what I've done. But I can hold back the tide and aid passage where I may. And that, for me, is enough. Go. Please. I have a duty here.
Thank you.
So, was that God?
I don't think so. No. It's, actually, I don't feel qualified to answer that.
Did you get what he meant?
I think he said that we can leave.
Just like that? How?
There's a door, an exit, and I think we had to go together.
Simple as that?
I don't know. I don't know. Why would this fucking place exist at all?
Again, sir. Watch your language. I am a child.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Should we get on our ducking way then? Shit. Autocorrect. You know what I meant.
I get it. You're right. Let's go.
Not. Where'd she go? Can we not do this?
Build monster.
Can we not?
Julianne.
Okay. What's happening?
Oh, hello. I haven't gotten to officially meet you yet.
Don't you talk to her. Don't listen to him.
Yeah. Creep vibes.
You're going to try? Even with what I told you? Make peace with the gloom. There's no better way, trust me.
I don't believe you.
So be it. Then I'm going to watch.
You see the exit there? At the end of the tracks.
Tracks? You mean hallway?
What?
Don't want to go that way.
Ah, I expected him a bit sooner. You know, Freya, you especially should get away from that thing.
Go, now!
What is happening? Hi. You look unwell. How far can he reach? Whoa! What is this? Do I have to hit these? Whoa! What is going on? Oh no! Oh, fuck! What the fuck? Fuck. Oh no, I don't have any health. I really wish there was a quick way to change the guns. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm skipping all that bullshit. I'm sorry, but this doesn't do anything. Okay. So clearly I've got to go here. God damn it! Like, what the fuck? He doesn't run fast enough. Like... He doesn't run fast enough to get out of the way. That's the problem here. I'm not fucking... Oh. Like, I get you can run distant... Oh my god! Oh boy. Not... Yep. Not fucking happy right now with all this. Happening? Is there another switch somewhere? Okay. So I need this guy to come over here, right? I'm assuming. What is happening? No. 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 Nope. that right? Why do you not run anymore? What is happening here? Do I have to hit the other switch now? Like... I don't know, dude. And she's not running, which is very annoying. Okay. Okay, can you hit so I can do this? I understand what they're doing here. I just not a fan of that part of it. Alright, let's see if we can get to this. Ah, fuck! Okay, so you need to break this stupid thing for me. Please. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bud. What is happening here? Okay. I'm not 100% sure I did this right. No, because this isn't lined up at all correctly. That's correct. Now you're running. What the hell? You're fucking. Okay, is there another one of these? No, so what the hell am I supposed to do here then? I would like a diagram. Okay. So I think the problem is this needs to be lined up. Yeah. Okay. I see what I did wrong. Why are you not running again? Okay. Swap to Roman. Yeet. Okay. So now when we line this one, it should be fine. Oh my god, she's not running again. Why? I'm hitting the button. Oh, it teleported her over. Appreciate that.
It wasn't just an accident. Before all this, I never wanted anyone to get hurt. I didn't even want to die, but I didn't want to wait any longer. I was so tired of waiting. I wanted to reach an ending. I wasn't thinking. It was a moment of darkness. And a lot of people died. I can never be sorry enough. But I am sorry.
I don't understand, but I believe you. I didn't kill my friend. But I didn't stop someone from hurting her. I did not speak. I wasn't brave enough to speak at the time. Can't make it right. She's gone now. I'm sorry.
I believe you too.
Hold hands? Jump.
Whatever happens, thank you.
Ending B. I didn't know there was multiple endings. Just gonna turn that down from where I'm sitting, and can I move it? No, I can't. So, a lot of thoughts on this game. Unfortunately, not all positive. I like to keep a positive outlook when I talk about games because I love video games. I'm a big fan of video games. I wouldn't play them if I wasn't. And I wouldn't have played this game if I didn't think I would enjoy it. I think the big problem with this game is that all the trailers that I saw seemed to fixate on that first section, which was the subway and Roman exploring around. I didn't know that there was multiple characters. I thought that it was just him the entire time. So, Chapter 1, I really, really liked. I thought it was a great setup. I thought there was cool puzzles that were fairly easy to solve. Like, not easy, but if you sit there for a minute, you're like, okay, this makes sense. As the game progressed, the tedium started to gnaw at me a little bit. So, I think most people got that, like, when the police section that came after, I thought was cool, but I did think, like, not everything really worked. And again, I also don't think that it needed to have any more protagonists. And again, with the cop that you were playing or the brother you were playing, it didn't make any impact. It didn't really affect the story. He just kind of was there pontificating and talking like the typical evil guy, but he didn't really affect anything. He didn't really do anything. Like, even at there, I expected him to come and do something there. And he didn't do shit. Even that last boss, like, yeah, I was getting irritated by the deaths, but once I figured out the mechanic, I was just like, this is it? I just have to literally go back and forth between here and align a puzzle? That boss fight was not well thought out. And some of the environments to some of the boss fights I don't think were well thought out, because the one in the church, the school, but I think it was technically the church part of the school. I don't fucking know. That boss hitting you on the up and down swing was really irritating, because it made it a lot harder to engage with it without a shotgun. which is what I ended up doing. I just went, okay, fuck this. I'm not putting up with this shit. And the story was just bad. Like, I think if they had taken out certain elements, so for example, chapter 4, especially like that section with the king, I was just like, this adds nothing. Like, this just makes a confusing story element. It's just a character that pops up, goes, I'm the king, but hey, you gotta go this way to get out of here. But he doesn't pose, he's not an obstacle you have to overcome. He's just there as an exposition character, and not even a good exposition character, because it becomes muddled what the hell the point is. Like, for me to do a psychological horror game, the idea that this guy, again, the story didn't explain it very well, but I'm assuming he was a subway worker who ended up killing people because he was trying to kill himself. That is compelling. That is interesting. And I feel like you only needed that one environment. You could have done a bunch of things in the subway. Like, the door we got the code for, we never fucking entered. That's dumb. There was areas in there that I was just like, I'm assuming I'm going to enter these later. Never did. Ended up in a bunch of new zones. The hospital, the school, And I'm only angry with this game because I genuinely thought it had promise. I genuinely thought there was a cool idea buried in there, but then you just throw so much at the wall that I don't think worked. Again, Freya, I think, is the character that he ran into. The cynic in me is just like, oh, I noticed she didn't have voice acting. They used an AI voice. The cynic in me says, oh, they did that with an actual AI voice, and it was a cheap way to get around it. I get it when you're a small developer, but it's really jarring when everybody else has voice acting. And, like, again, it's just... it's so bizarre. And not a good bizarre. Like, I love when a game is kind of like, oh, this is weird. But there's kind of a payoff to that weird. There's kind of something interesting. And you don't always have to have it, like, exposition or everything spelled out for you. But, like, this, to me, had a good idea and concept, and then was just like, how do I make it weird? And so they add in this king character that didn't have any real bearing, wasn't mentioned really early. It was just the evil guy who really didn't play a big part in it. Like, again, his part of the story also just didn't really pay off. He was just kind of a creep that was walking around the Gloom in his own nightmare. And again, I know what it was going for. But like Silent Hill, which is where this game clearly takes its roots, the characters aren't just there. They have an impact in the story, and they're experiencing their own hell. This guy just seemed like he was a fucking creepy jigsaw playing around in Gloom, but he wasn't creating an obstacle to our characters, so he wasn't really an imposing antagonist. He wasn't he was a protagonist because you played as him, but he wasn't a protagonist. He was an antagonist. He's not a deuter antagonist. He's just literally there to spout some nonsense that doesn't really land, and then he fucks off. The symbolism of the last boss, I don't fucking understand. The fact that the girl is a representative of a spider, I'm also like, is Roman afraid of spiders? Like, what's the significance? Like, if he killed her, which is what I'm assuming is the whole hubbub about this, is that he killed her and her baby, or her sister and her baby, which also wasn't entirely clear because you come across that hospital room, but there's no setup to it. There's nothing. Maybe I missed something, but fuck, man. Oh, I'm trying not to be negative about this game, but again, the more I start talking about it, the more I'm just like, well, there was this. This pissed me off. But, like, it's going for psychological horror, but then it doesn't stick the psychological horror landing to me. Like, I think it would have been cooler if the girl, I can't remember her name is, Jennifer, the spider lady, was a blob of, like, people, like, a bunch of people attached to her, and she's an amalgam of all the people that he killed when he drove the train. Like, if you want to do something like that, there has to be representation in what you do. It can't just be, oh, spiders are scary, let's fucking do a spider. Like, if you're gonna do a psychological horror game, it needs to have significance. And it didn't really feel like it did. It just felt like they were saying, oh, well, the gloom, every time you die here, it kind of corrupts you and turns you into a thing. And now that I think about it, the brother at the Carlos, or whatever the hell his name was, the guy who was giving exposition here and there, the being at the end, I think, was actually his brother. But again, he's been fucking over, like, killing his brother. Why the hell wasn't there a resolution to the brother fucking taking vengeance on him? That should have been the first thing he did, kill his brother for being cocky and all that shit. Again, it's just, there's no resolution. It just kind of ends. And it's really, like, I can give certain things a pass because I think it's like one guy, or it's a small studio or whatever. I can give certain things a pass, like jankiness, I can give a pass. Some of this I can give a pass. But when you have a psychological horror game and you write a story that just comes off so hackneyed and, like, I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to rip on the guy. I think he put together a really cool idea, and I just think I'm angry that it didn't stick the landing or wasn't what I wanted it to be. I think it would have been really cool if, instead of focusing on having all these other environments, stick with the one protagonist, have him be haunted within this subway, and you can build out the subway. You can fucking do the typical PT thing where it devolves worse and worse as you go. Like, every time you enter, it just gets worse. And, like, the fears in there should operate on him. Like, the significance of the mannequins is not really explained. They just happen to be there because mannequins are creepy. Like, I guess you could say they're representations of all the people he hit. But I would have liked to explore that more. Like, one of the trains fucking hurtles into the mannequins and then blood sprays everywhere. Like, that to me would have been like, okay, that's creepy, and that, like, there's significance in that. Because you plowed into a bunch of people and killed them. A bit on the, like, nail on the head, but... oh, fuck. It just... There's so many cool ideas that could have been done with this, and I feel like it just went for... I don't even know. It just tried to connect too many things, like, it threw in the hospital, but... like, you didn't get a bunch of significance to the hospital. That thing that was lying on the bed, that was deformed and everything, like, that didn't really play a part, unless that's the brother, which, again, if it is, it wasn't well explained. The girl saying the hallway, oh, you're just like, oh yeah, we're doing the Silent Hill thing where it's a representation of what everybody is doing in the gloom, and it's just like, you don't need to make up the gloom or something. You have a perfectly like, you can just use purgatory. Nobody's got to a stamp on that. I get that Silent Hill does it, but Silent Hill does it well. They did it well for like 4 games, and then the remake. It also just kind of, it petered out. Like that last, like it was 5X. It was very short, which I have no problem with the length. I'm not gonna harp on the story anymore. But one of the things that really did bother me about this game, so I'm gonna go into some positives very shortly, because there are positives about this game. I'm a little unhinged right now, but I've had a couple of beers and I'm a little bit grumpy. So, one of the things that really bothered me, and you probably saw it within the whole playthrough, is that I was using my phone for both notes and for taking pictures of shit that I saw in here in order to figure out puzzles. It is 2025. It has become standard in games that you have a section in your menu that is dedicated to notes. So once you see something, it's registered in your notes, and you can go back to this like when you need it. How this game did not have that is beyond me. I get that this game is trying to represent, old Resident Evil games, old Silent Hill games, and Dino Crisis and all this. But most of those games did have a notes section. And 2, they were made in the 1990s. So if they didn't have a notes section, that's why. They might not have had the space to put it in there. Like, there was like a limited amount you could put on a disc to put out in the 1990s. It is 2025. There is no excuse to not have a notes section. You can harp on it's the old survival horror thing. You know what? A protagonist is gonna be like, I need to mark this shit down. I need to take this with me for reference. I got a phone with me. I'm gonna take a picture of this in-game. I shouldn't have to do it outside of the game to take all the notes. That bothered me. Some of those puzzles were poorly explained. That last one, I spent a lot longer on with the north, south, east, west. It was poorly explained in that it was not explained at all. They just wrote coordinates down and expected you to figure it out. And again, some of the earlier ones were laid out in a great way. Like on the first puzzle on the train, you look at the train schedule, or I think it was, and then you go up to the front of the train, blah 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 blah, do all that in order to get the code for the door to go into the conductor spot. The lock on the door. Sorry, that made sense. And even on the train, it had triangle equals 1, so it tells you, oh, okay, this is what you need to do. Why the fuck was that not present for any other of the goddamn puzzles? Oh, sorry, I'm just getting angry again. And that's why I started off this game with so much hope, because it really did start well. The whole subway section I was loving. That whole first bit of the game I absolutely adored. I thought there was a lot of great things going on. And I think even from Video 2, like Video 3, I think there was a couple of things that won me back. But I think Video 2 is where I started to see the cracks, where I was just kind of like, this didn't need to go. Like, I get that, spooky hospital. Unless you're doing a cool payoff here, which I don't feel it did, you didn't need to go there. Anyways, let's stop ripping on the game. And by let me stop ripping on the game. I think the fact that this was built by either a small team or one person, I can't really remember, is commendable. it was really well done. Like, for it to be done by such a small team, really, really well done. Like, most of the environments were well designed to some degree. I think the subway was cool. I think, though I didn't really like the story elements and some of the elements that went with it, the hospital was really cool. I didn't see the point in having the weird kingdom. I just thought that it was... You could have cut that entirely and just got back into the hospital or got back into the subway. Combat was serviceable. Again, a couple of points that I made already on that. There wasn't too much combat. Like, I think the first part of the game I felt very like, oh shit, something could pop out. And then when I started to realize that the game wasn't really doing that, I wasn't as on edge. I felt like at the very beginning of the game, there was a couple of scares that got me. And like, especially in that train where you go into the back of the train and there's just blood and all that shit. That's freaky. And so it did, that first chapter, again, I will say, that chapter did really well. It really had me on board. What else? The music. I got to imagine that the guy who did the music was really inspired by Akira because it's really reminiscent of it. It's not derivative. It does have its own distinct charm, which I really, really liked. I think the composer on here did a great job. And mixed it up. Because there were what I would describe, and this isn't a negative, this is actually a positive, but there were like what I would call, Silent Hilly tracks, in that they had that kind of vibe, but then there was kind of more orchestral vibe, like not full orchestral, but just, what's the word I'm looking for? More atmospheric, that wouldn't necessarily be the like Twin Peaks Silent Hill style, but really fit the environments that they were in. Really, really well done. Sound design was pretty decent. A couple reused ones that showed up, but again, totally fine. Length, completely fine. Price for the game was fine. Like I don't regret paying the money for it because I did enjoy parts of it, and I do think in here there is a good idea. It just needed refinement, and it needed somebody to say, no. You want to do a random king in the fourth act and then never bring him back and never address it? No. How does it fit into the story? Yeah. So for me, music was great. I really did like the music. I thought there was some decent tracks in there. I would actually look up the guy who composed it because I do like that sound. The stuff that he's doing really resonates with me. Voice acting, mishmash. I think the design of the character was cool in that it was not your atypical, and that's actually what attracted me to the game, is it wasn't the atypical handsome or beautiful protagonist. It was just a regular dude, fucking beer gut, running around, which explains his poor stamina. And that to me was like really, really cool. What else? I think I hit all my notes that I was thinking. Like I said, I think this game, to me, pulled me in certain points because I've said multiple times I don't like to keep playing a game I'm not liking. I would rather stop because I don't want to shit on the game. Because sometimes a game is just not for me. The problem I have is this would be a game for me, because it is a survival horror game, and it has elements that I like. But I feel like it needed more time, and it needed what's the best way to say it? Sometimes producers are necessary to tell you this doesn't work. And one-man teams are great, but sometimes you need somebody in there telling you, hey man, the work you're doing is good, but this doesn't work. This idea just seems like you're going off the rails. Sometimes you just need another voice to tell you, hey, this doesn't work. Let's rework this act and do it. And let's do it earlier than the game's already fucking out. Producers do help produce decent products some of the time. Anyways, I feel like this has been a long-winded tirade for probably about 15 minutes. Rating for this game, I am very sad to say, like, this year, because I've started doing this year, so I've done Resident Evil, I'm working on Kingdom Come, Claire Obscure, I'm almost done, Little Nightmare, like, I've done so many games already this year, and this is my first year doing Let's Plays. This is, like, especially compared to the other horror games I've done this year, for example, one of the last ones I just did was Still Wakes the Deep. This falls drastically short. Still Wakes the Deep didn't have much gameplay, but it was a great game, and it had a great story, and it resonated with me. This, I think I gave that game an 8 or 9 out of 10. This I'd give maybe a 4. If I'm being generous, and I'm really focusing on that first act. Like, honestly, if the game only existed in that first act, and that was my teaser to it, I would probably say, like, 7. I'd give it a 6 or 7, because there needed to be polish, but it started off very strong. But with what it was, I'd say 4 or 5. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's just how I feel. But let me know what you thought of the series, what you thought of this game. It can be a completely different opinion of mine. You could have loved it. That's totally valid. Would love to hear your thoughts. If you like the playthrough, maybe like, comment, or subscribe. No obligations, but it does help me combat YouTube's algorithm. And my name's Shane, and I will see you in the next series. So, bye.